with respect to the multi-level marketing schemes that are in fact at an all-time high in India in the year of 2023. My colleague Krishnakumar also with me here in the studio, as well as joining in is my colleague Udisha Srivastav. First, before I actually come to you, Krishna, let me quickly go to Udisha. Udisha, to begin with, it's a big story, by the way, of what's happening when it comes to pyramid schemes and schemes that are likely to befool audience into putting in money that they may not get back. What are multi-level marketing schemes for the benefit of our viewers, if you can explain to begin with?
All right. So, multi-level marketing schemes or multi-level marketing. So, the term multi-level marketing is interchangeably used with another term that you might have heard of. It is called pyramid schemes also. So, let's take an example of one company that is, that is sort of leading in India when it comes to doing multi-level marketing, and that is Amway India. Now, before we actually go into the depth of what it is, what the company does, let's first understand the basics of MLM marketing. Now, number one is that these companies, they sell the products through a network of independent sales executives. So, it's highly unlikely that you will find the products of these goods in a mall or in a shop per se. So, the method is not sort of institutionalized per se, but you will have a network of independent sales executives who are selling these to you. Now, what are the products? Now, these products could be some Medicare products, some healthcare products, etc. And what do the people get out of it? Now, let's say I am a person and I have invested and I am part of some scheme. Now, what my job is to hire and add more people in the chain, so that when these people sell these products further, I get a commission out of it. So, while I am involved in multi-level marketing, I am not part of a salaried workforce of a company. I am actually getting my commission through this pyramid shaped form. Now, interchangeably again, this sort of marketing is also called referral marketing or network marketing. And if we talk about network marketing, then Amway India is one of the companies that really is into network marketing in India.
All right, that is as far as multi-level marketing is concerned. Also joining us on the show is Barnik Chitran Maitra, Managing Partner of R30 Little India and South Asia. Barnik, thank you very much for taking time out. Good to have you on the show. Now that we have established premise of what is multi-level marketing, let me go back to the report. The report here suggests that in the year 2023 itself, over 400 new multi-level marketing or MLM schemes were launched, warning of what these schemes can do to people and their money. To begin with, I think the first question that I want to ask you is multi-level marketing even legal in the country?
No, multi-level marketing is very legal in the country. In fact, there is a direct selling code under the consumer protection which defines what multi-level marketing is. Now, where does multi-level marketing convert into a scam, right? In all multi-level marketing companies, people who join as commission agents have to pay an upfront onboarding fee, which is collected by the company. Now, a scam is where actually no real product is sold except to the agents, and the company is actually making money on people getting onboarded and people making money on that. So I think the government is also struggling to differentiate between genuine multi-level marketing companies like Amway, Tupperware, Oriflame versus people who are just collecting money in the guise of creating a potential opportunity. So there was a recent, I think, change in the regulation where they said that a multi-level marketing company can now operate if it is selling directly to a customer through a network of sellers. But I think there has to be clearer distinction on what is a valid multi-level marketing company, what is allowed and what is not allowed, so that these scams which are only increasing are shut down its infancy.
All right, and since you mentioned Amway, Krishna, Amway has been in the news for right and wrong reason. Amway, of course, challenging some of the action that the government has taken against it, saying we did not, in fact, collect money and did not push it outside the bounds of this country. And we are very much in line with what is the law of the land as far as multi-level marketing is concerned. But there is a huge question mark, as Barnik pointed out, where the government is also struggling to perhaps differentiate between what is a scam and what is a genuine multi-level marketing or a pyramid-styled structured company?
Right. Talking about Amway, it's good to refresh our memory. Just about 3 weeks ago, the Enforcement Directorate's investigation revealed, and the Enforcement Directorate started investigating Amway because of FIRs filed in the southern Indian state of Telangana against Amway. And the FIRs, incidentally, were filed under various sections of the Indian Penal Code, 1860 being one against Amway and its directors. Now, the allegations at that stage suggested that Amway engaged in promoting an illegal money circulation scheme under the guise of sale of goods, and because of which over 750 crore rupees worth of Amway's properties were attached by the Enforcement Directorate. So my question here to Barnik would be that this entire ED investigation came under PMLA, and there you have a legality to crack down on companies which, under the name of direct selling goods, are essentially doing money exchanging between its own distributors. Barnik.
I completely agree. So listen, I think the law has to be much more tighter and stricter, right? And I can just propose on what it could be, right? See, let's be clear that currently the government wants to encourage multi-level marketing to ensure that there is direct selling of goods to customers, right? So there are 2-3 parameters I think the government should watch out for. One, if you look at the goods sold, how much of it is sold to genuine customers who are not distributors or related parties to the agency, right? That fraction should be a humongous fraction. More than 80-90% of your goods, if you're a consumer goods company, should be sold to genuine consumers. So there should be a reference on the proportion of your revenues or sales which are actually sold to non-interested and non-related parties, right? Which are genuine customers. Secondly, I think it should be very clear that the money which gets collected as part of the schemes should be only a fraction, which in most cases should be not more than 8 or 10%, which is standard trade commissions of the actual revenues of the product. So I think this is an area where I think there needs to be tighter guidelines and tighter intent, because direct selling through voluntary sales force is not a bad idea. What is a bad idea is that you actually use it to either launder money or actually create a pyramid scheme to defraud poor people with the prospect of a future which doesn't exist. So there has to be tighter guidelines. There has to be an enforcement of how much revenue is being generated from non-related parties, or how much a percentage of goods are sold to non-commission agents, because a lot of the users of Amway products and Oriflame products happen to be actually the guys who are selling them, which suspects that it's not fully a full-scale legitimate business. And secondly, the element of the money you're collecting for the channel, and is that a percentage of a sensible percentage of the revenues you're selling to genuine customers. So I think policy needs to evolve, regulation needs to evolve, and we need to take a far tougher stance on dealing with these companies.
Absolutely, policy need to evolve, keeping in line with the number of such companies mushrooming at a very, very fast pace. And come to think of it, before we move ahead on the story, Barnik, Strategy India, the company that came out with the report, has warned of many such dubious names like Mission Green India, Jeevan Dan, Dhan Vriddhi, Captcha Pay. All of these have featured under the scam alert by the company, which essentially means they are circulating money. They are not really selling any goods or services or products, but they are circulating money. They are the classic scam when it comes to pyramid schemes. What sort of message would you have for people when they're going for MLM schemes? Should they not invest? What should they be looking for when making an investment into such a scheme in the future?
No, I think they should be very careful, right? As with most things in life, if there is something which is too good to be true, it is too good to be true. So any such scheme which gives you guaranteed return and suggests that you can multiply your money within a few months has the smell of a scam, right? I think in general, I believe that you should be very cautious when you're dealing with any multi-level marketing agency. It's better to stick with, in my opinion, global branded names like Amway or Tupperware, which at least have a track record of doing sensible business, right? And to completely stay away from names which don't make sense, because in all likelihood, probably 90-95% chance they'll just be scams, right? And not really genuine multi-level marketing companies.
Absolutely. If it's too good to be true, perhaps it is not true. That's the message coming.